A woman will never be pleased in the Matrix because the Matrix only revolves around money. And a woman is taught that basically a man is to provide and protect, which, yes, a man is made to provide and protect, but not with money. Money is an illusion. For your man to protect you and provide for you, your man should be able to provide for you from the land and from what God created. God created everything which we need to sustain ourselves. Similar to the days of Adam and Eve. They had no clothes and they had to, live in nature together and all that. The reason why relationships don't really work out and why the human race is failing so much and why the human race is going to continue to fail is because of money and because of this matrix. A woman will never be satisfied and a man will never be satisfied. Because firstly, we are not living naturally as we are supposed to be living. A man is not able to live as he truly, genuinely is supposed to live and truly, genuinely get the things which he is supposed to be providing for a woman and for his family. So we have men who become very angry. A lot of men have a lot of anger. And I can understand that anger because a man this matrix has been created so a man is not even able to provide for his woman and children. Because he would have to pay to go to a grocery store, $15 for that steak wrapped in a fucking piece of plastic that's fucking farm raised any damn way. Instead of him going out and hunting and bringing home a kill for his woman, which really is actually what we were just supposed to do. So if you feel that your man cannot provide, that is due to this matrix. And honestly, it's sad because it's not his fault and it's really not the woman's fault that she's been taught and raised that he is to provide. But with money in the matrix, no, that's not true. You want your man to provide you meat, provide you protection, build your home in nature. That's the kind of man I want. I don't care about money. I don't give a shit about materials. I don't care. I don't care. Because I know those things aren't going to last and that they don't exist. I don't want diamonds. I'd rather have feathers or some crystals, rocks found in the earth or something. So, just let go. Let go and just focus on the small things, simple things. Be simple. Do you know how fucking complicated this shit is to obtain in this matrix and everything that you have to do for it? There's people who die every single day over technology and material. I'm here and I'm in nature. I've been praying and waiting for God to send me a man who is ready and willing to live out here without materials and just among nature and provide for ourselves in nature. So you have to just think about it and just think, the primitive woman was happy with a man bringing home a kill, a hunt. And then the woman would cut up the meat, cook it up, make the meal. But now we have a system where, basically it's just crazy. Microwave meals, all this stuff. It's what? So I believe strongly that all of this whole system, everything that is messed up, it can be healed. But that healing process is only going to happen, honestly, there are a lot of days that I wait for the end, for the days that, the whole matrix shut down, so people will be out here with me. I wait for that day. And I've been waiting for a long time because I know that when everyone loses everything, people are going to stop fighting. And things will go back to what they were supposed to be. You know, you have to realize that there's a reason why, like, you know, if you don't feel good, like getting food, or you don't feel good eating, and it's like, you know, because this food is all, it's all a matrix. It's all farmed food. We never lived that way. Okay, with hunting, there is a system of like a work and reward. Humans have become extremely lazy because we're just living off grocery store food. We're reliant upon grocery store food that is not, first of all, it's farmed. And you have to understand, when you eat, you get the energy from the animal. So when you eat hunted meat that you hunted for, you actually will gain energy from that, because that's usually a fast-moving animal like a deer or an elk or a buffalo. It's something that you had to work for. The energy that is in the meat from the grocery store, first of all, it's wrapped in plastic. It's an animal that has been contained in a very small structure, very small space. And it's really just the energy of it. And then it just lives a short life where it's not free. It's not living naturally in nature. Anything it's eating, you know, man-made grain and stuff like that. And then it ends up just getting killed. The government set that up for a reason, so that you no longer obtained the power of hunted meat that you needed. And also to cause a huge rift in men. Essentially, what the government has done is it has taken your manhood away. You have to realize every single time as a man that, you know, and I'll actually give you a perfect example. I look at the grocery store and I realize, like, I didn't know that most men hate the grocery store. They hate shopping. There's a reason for that. And I don't blame men now. I couldn't understand why my ex-boyfriend never wanted to go in the store. He just couldn't stand it. He hated it. And then my battery died at Albertsons in the parking lot in Billings one day. And this guy was like so happy. He's like, I'm going to help you with your battery. I don't want to go in the grocery store. I don't want to go shopping. I'm like, damn, men hate the grocery store. And they should hate the grocery store. Let me tell you, they really should hate the grocery store, because the grocery store was designed to take their manhood away and stop them from providing for their woman and their family, their children. So right now, as a state that we are in right now here in America, where food is completely unaffordable, just understand that if you are a man struggling to feed your family, to feed your children, don't start thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I need to like do this or do that to get money or da-da. Fuck it. Fuck that. Go into nature. Get some meat. Get some fish. And take your power back. Take your power back. You know, life was meant to be so simple. Money is the root of all evil. The Bible is completely true. Money is the root of all evil. And money will cause fighting. Money will cause rifts. Money is bullshit. So as I had said, this matrix was designed to take a man's manhood away and also to stop our reproduction. Because what are you going to do if you can't afford that food at the grocery store? You know? There are a lot of people right now that are thinking, damn, like, I want to go hunt. I want to go hunt my own food. I want to, you know, and yes, that's God telling you. That's God telling you, I will provide for you. Follow me. Take your power back. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of animals that have been killed off because that was the government's whole plan. The government's whole plan was for control and to take a man's manhood away. So just realize, every single time that you go to the grocery store and every single time that you eat some meat from a grocery store, you have to realize that that is another man that packaged and got that meat. That really, honestly, can definitely be detrimental for a man's manhood, because that takes away from what he can do, his capabilities and his power. You know, there's a lot of studies that are going out right now where they are finding out that fishing actually is very healing for like men and like veterans with PTSD and depression and stuff like that. And yes, there are a lot of stories I've read so many times that fishing is very good for depression. And it's helped a lot of men that are depressed. And if we just simply went back to that, all of this shit would not be going on. So, you know, just kind of think of it like, here's my perfect analysis right now of America. It's kind of basically like a repetitive motion. Every single day you wake up to an alarm that wakes you up, shocks you out of your sleep. You're tired, you're exhausted. You still get up anyways despite being tired, which is also another form of slavery. You have a shit cup of coffee to give you a false sense of energy. That's unnatural. Cup of ground beans. Drink your shit cup of coffee. Go to work. Sit at a desk in the dark on a computer doing the same repetitive motion from 9 to 5. Go to sleep. Eat. Shit. Sleep. Wake up. Do the same thing again. Do you really want to live like this anymore? Is it really bringing your life meaning? Is it really making you feel better? Is it, you know? You're so much better off living where you are fighting for your survival. Like you are way better off, way healthier. Because when you realize that you can obtain this yourself and you can obtain the things that you need yourself with the work of your own hand, that gives you pride. Pride. So when a man hunts and a man gets a kill, he's able to have that pride. That boosts his manhood, that boosts his testosterone. The government doesn't want that. They want you to be dumbed down. They want you to be weak. They want you to get their food and to rely until it crashes. And then you're killing yourselves for toilet paper and meat and all this shit. That's fucking all a matrix. The time has come. The time has come for people to take their power back. Because the longer that you sit in this matrix, you will spend the rest of your life doing the same repetitive tasks, same repetitive motions, going through the same abuse, the same bullshit, and then listening to the Bible, waiting for Jesus to fall out of the sky and rapture you, which isn't going to happen. You have to take those first steps. Jesus says, let go of the material, let go of the bullshit, and come follow me. Just like the birds of the air, you will be provided for. You just have to believe. Unfortunately, many people just still cannot break those chains. There's still that fear of, can I do it? Can I feed my family like that? Oh, that's too much hard work. It's not more work than what you're doing right now, working fucking 9 to 5 or whatever, 3 jobs just to make ends meet and have a roof over your head. It's really not. It's actually easier out here. Way easier than that. And way less stressful, okay? So just realize that there is a way. It's possible. It's possible for you to provide. It's possible for you to be a protector. You still are a provider and a protector as a man, but you have to realize that you're not going to be a provider and a protector with money unless you are elite or unless you are part of some cult or whatever the fuck it may be, you know? So if they're trying to make you feel like you're not a provider or you're not a protector or this or that, understand that that was designed. It's all been by design through this matrix. Every time that you keep working for this paycheck and you keep, going through with this slavery and you keep on doing this, the more and more anger and the more resentment that you are going to build and that you are going to continue to build. Because it's not natural and it is not what it was intended to be for a man. A man was not designed to live like that. A man was supposed to live in nature, surviving, hunting, doing stuff with their hands, building things with their hands and stuff like that, using their energy that way. And the saddest thing is this matrix men are the most addicted to technology. And I notice men who will spend the most on technology, it's like their whole life revolves around technology. They let technology do the work for them. Technology was designed to make you lazy, make you a slave, make you broke, to take your mind away, your own thinking, just everything. Everything. If you look at the primitive human being, the primitive, if you look at also a lot of the Bible stories where there was, let's see, floods, drought, food shortages and things like that, right? Humans had to just deal with that. They had to deal with it. They had to find a way, make a way. They had to have faith in God. There were a lot of things that had to be done with spirituality and faith and having a mindset of survival, of I can do this, having no fear. So once again, I will say this. Stop letting them control you. Stop letting them control your food. Stop letting them take your manhood away. Take your power back. Come back to nature. Come back to what you're supposed to be. It's better than having another man chop up your meat at a fucking butcher of a farm-raised animal, wrap it in plastic, and for you to buy that or to even bring it home to your family and to your woman. And this is real. Wake up and realize that you can provide in nature. Everything is here.